When we stretch, there always comes a point where we hit a wall, we can't get any deeper, and the stretch gets too intense. Now, why does this happen, and can we prevent it and get deeper into our stretches? Well, turns out, yes, there are methodologies that allow us to get deeper into our stretches. One of them is called the PNF, and today we're gonna see how it works. Now, PNF stands for proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and it's a scientifically proven technique we can use to increase our flexibility. The reason why we stop when we get into an intense stretch is because inside of our muscles we have some sensors called muscular spindles. And these spindles can sense when we get into a stretch if the lengthening effect on the muscle is getting too dangerous. So these sensors communicate with our brain, and when the stretch gets too intense, they tell the brain, okay, contract the muscle because this is getting too dangerous. So the problem is that when we get deep into a stretch, our muscles contract because these sensors tell our brain, okay, contract the muscles because this is dangerous. Now, what if instead of our brain, we consciously, so not unconsciously, consciously contract our muscles as we are in a stretch? For example, I'm here and I'm stretching my hamstrings muscles. At some point I'll stop because my brain contracts these muscles when the stretch is getting too intense. When that moment comes, I can contract voluntarily, like with my intention, these muscles. And this contraction is the PNF contraction. In every stretch, I got a strategy. For example, here to contract my hamstrings, I can push my foot down. I hold that contraction for a certain amount of seconds, let's say 10 seconds. And as I stop, what happens is like magic, but is the effect of the PNF contraction. I can increase my flexibility further. And why does this happen? When the brain stops our flexibility, it contracts the muscle. But when we contract it voluntarily with our intention, then the brain goes like, okay, the muscle is already contracting, so there's no need for my intervention here. I don't have to contract that muscle. And so it doesn't start any contraction, so we can express more flexibility. Now, what are you waiting for? Try it yourself and see if it works. If you like flexibility and stretching, I invite you to join my online flexibility school. It's a 6-month course where we'll study this methodology and many others, and all of the science of stretching, all the exercises, and everything we need to become flexibility experts. We start in December. Join through my link in bio. See you in class and have a nice stretch.